1. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Let me know who's here. Hi, hey, how are you guys? See, when you pop on live, I can actually pop you on to the screen. How cool is that? For those just tuning in, welcome. If this is your first time, please let us know in the comments. We have a great following around here. Everyone loves the show. We're actually an international hit show. We have a lot of UK viewers. Whitney, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here live. So real quick, for those who are new, please jump into the comments at any point in time, even if you're watching the replay. That's a big one. I want you replay viewers to know I care, and so does my audience. We're all here together, and we're here to learn, and that's also your time to shine by popping into the comments. Like I always say, the magic happens in the comments. So be sure to jump in there. Quick about the show. This is a talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. We have guests that come on. You could be a guest if you wanted to. All you have to do is head to edtalktv.com afterwards. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and pop the links into the comments. Hey, Erica, you're on time today. I like it. So let me go ahead and pop this into the comments there for you. This is going to be a pinned comment, so that way you have all the links for the show. And if you want to learn about our hashtag, which is hashtag EdTalkTV, because we have great quotes that come up, so you can share it with your friends. And then also my new Check with Ed monthly membership, which helps you with tech support and going live on Facebook and things like that. So there's all that good info. Posting from your business account. Oh, Erica, look at that. We're going to test that out. Look at that. You're live. You're on. Guys, that is a marketing tactic we're going to talk about today. Love that. Erica, if I forget, please remind me. We're going to talk about that. First off, well, let me back up. Let me back up. Hold up. Hold your horses. Pump the brakes. Let me finish talking about the show. So it's a talk show. We go live Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we talk about business, tech, and the user experience. And we have guests on. So if you want to be a guest, head over to edtalktv.com afterwards, fill out a guest request form, and you could be on the show hanging out with us and sharing what you know. So there's that. I know, Erica, look at that. So fancy. We're going to talk about that. I love that you're testing that out and you're doing that. So here's the cool thing about the show is it's all about engagement. That's what we're about here. I mean, yes, you can like this. Obviously, we want you to love this and have fun, but we really want you to comment. And I say we because we're all in this together. Everyone tuning into the comments, both live and you as well, replay viewers. We hang out and we connect with each other. We have something to say. We share it with each other. We learn, we grow, and we do all that fun stuff with each other. So make sure, even if you're catching the replay, at the very minimum, at least say hi in the comments. But go through and check out who you're hanging out with, who is saying what, because that's how you grow your online relationships. And that's part of what we're going to get into today about the marketing tactics you can do for here on Facebook. And we'll get into why we chose that topic today as well. But first, let's talk about some random news, because I like to have random news at the beginning of the show. So has anybody heard of this before? Now, I'm gonna say the name here. Let me just pull it up. By the way, for those who are new, I actually am on my computer, and I'm able to pull up my computer screen and be able to look at articles, which we're also going to do a screen share here in a few minutes, so I can actually show you guys some of what I'm talking about later on about the Facebook marketing tactics. So what if I told you that there's a challenge out there for your pitching? It's called the Polar Bear, let me just make sure I get this correct, the Polar Bear Ice Challenge. Have you ever heard of that? Has anybody, even if you're watching the replay, you can still tune in and share in the comments. Have you heard of the Polar Bear pitching? It's an event in Finland, and it's very interesting. So before I even dive into that, can anybody guess, even if you're watching the replay, guess in the comments, hey Chrissy, guess in the comments whether or not, or not whether or not, guess in the comments, just based off of the name, Polar Bear Pitching, what it has to do with. Can you guess? Even if you're watching the replay, you can tune in and say that. Whitney, nope, haven't heard of it. Chrissy hasn't heard of it. Aisha, nope. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this is an interesting one. And I'm tying it in because it relates to business. Hint, hint. So we've talked on the show before about different shows like Shark Tank. I forget the UK one. Chrissy, you can remind me. Dragon's Den. Dragon's Den. See, I just had to look at your name and we had it there. Pitching to cold leads. That is a good guess, my friend. So the question, remember you guys, I asked polar bear pitching and what you might guess that it would mean. And Isha says pitching to a cold leads. I like that. So because polar bears. So look at that. So see, Erica tied it into what we naturally, at least here in the US, would think of when we see polar bears. Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola always has the polar bears. So it's brand recognition, right? So here's the cool thing, you guys, is that when it comes to this new, well, it's not a new challenge. I shouldn't say it's a challenge because this is a thing in Finland. But just like Shark Tank, where you're pitching your business, or Dragon's Den, or there's even elevator pitch on Facebook Watch. I believe it's by Entrepreneur. I can't remember, but it's called elevator pitch, where you're in the elevator and you have to pitch your business. And then the judges decide whether or not they're going to let you up to the top and open up the elevator doors, or if they're going to send you down, which, if we know, pitching, we always talk about the elevator pitch, right? You have, 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds to give a speech about who you are, what your business is, and why somebody should care. So there's all these different shows around pitching. Well, this is a new one. This is huge. This is crazy. So polar bear pitching happens in Finland. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure it was Finland, it said. And the part about it is that you have to pitch in waist-deep Baltic Sea water, which is freezing. And here's the catch. And my computer goes really, really slow when I'm on this program. Did I not? Let's see. Okay. I thought I hit the wrong thing, you guys. See, this is what happens when you go live. Anything can happen, and I hit quit because I quit the web browser I was using, and I thought I hit quit on Ecamm Live, which that's what we're using here to go live. And so, thankfully, we're still live. So yeah, Chrissy, right? Cold water, and it's waist deep. And so for that, you have to be in the waist deep water for as long as your pitch is. So they don't give you a time limit. They just say that you have to be in the water waist deep for as long as your pitch is. And of course, this is all so that way you can get money and prizes, just like any other reality show, right? Reality show, I'm guessing you can call that. So that means you got to make it short and sweet. Oh, Erica, you are just so smart. I love it. Yes, exactly. Short, sweet, and to the point, right? And if you think about all the times that we've heard elevator pitch and thinking about keeping it short and to the point, this is a good motivator, right? Because on an elevator, let's face it, I mean, depending on where you're at and how many floors there are, you could be in there longer than 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 90 seconds. You could pull the emergency on the elevator to get you some more time. All these things can happen. But when you're in freezing cold water and you're pitching your business, you better believe that you're not going to stay there very long. You don't want to stay there very long. So that is a good motivator to get you to really think about your business and about pitching it and being able to put it out there. And I'll tell you, even for myself, we are all working on this constantly. We're always fine-tuning. We're always making changes. I won't show you the whole thing that I did today because there's details on there, but I'm going to show you real quick. Let me grab it. I call this the entrepreneur wallpaper, okay? I should totally talk to Post-it about this. Post-it, if you're listening, you and I need to hook it up and, I'll just take a small percentage of this and let's market this for all entrepreneurs for their wallpaper because this is 2018 wallpaper. We're bringing it back. So I'll just show this part first. So what I'm talking about here is the Post-its. I will show you guys. And this is stuff that came to me because I'm constantly always trying to fine-tune things, make things a little cleaner, easier, because I do so many different things, and I have a couple businesses. So, it's always trying to, and I'm only one person, so it's always trying to make a better user experience, right? And clean things up. So, real quick, I'll show you what I did on here. It's going to be super quick because I don't want all the details shown out. But we got all that stuff. I told you it was going to be quick. Whole page, which a page is this long, and there's multiple ones, but this is just one page of things that I'm trying to fine tune, and like fine tuning my message and really working on that pitch, if you will, to make it simpler, not only for myself, but for you, the audience, right? We are all out there trying to create and do and make things happen. And especially when you're creative, so many ideas come to mind, and this works and that works, and then you're like, but I can totally run with this, but wait, I can run with that, and some may connect, which is great, some may not, but again, we're only one person. Even if we have a team, that's awesome if we have a team, but we always are just one person, and we have to like narrow things down and start getting into a funnel, if you will, so that way it makes our life easier, and most importantly, our customers easier, right? Their lives easier. Because as we've talked about on the show before, especially this past week, well, last week and then yesterday, because today's Tuesday, we talked about how, it's all about putting yourself in your customer's shoes and thinking like your customer and cleaning things up. And this is going to tie into what we're talking about today for your Facebook marketing tactics. So really think about that and constantly put yourself in their shoes and fine tune your message. Try to go deeper into whatever it is that you're talking about for your service or your product. Try to go deeper and see what you can pull out. So there's the polar bear challenge. You can, hey, if you want, here's a challenge for you. We always talk about homework, right? Here is a challenge for you. And I'm not going to do this, I'll tell you that right now. But if you want to do this, you can do this challenge and let me know, tag me, share with us. We'll even bring you on the show to talk about it. But if you want to practice your pitch in a tub of ice water, go for it. That's optional bonus homework, okay? So it's not required homework, but that's if you want to go like above and beyond and you really want to narrow your pitch down. There you go. There's that. Whitney says, no, I agree. I will just continue to work in normal weather and atmosphere. Let me catch up on Erica's here. I was just listening to an interview with JP Sears, and he talked about our attention span being something like, oh yeah, so Erica, this is a big one. Okay, so here's a big one. I want to tie into this, Erica, is our average attention span, last time I researched, because here, let me back up for a second. Talking about multiple businesses, right? So I have Ed Troxel Creative, which is my consulting business. That's where I help build websites that are easy to manage for yourself so you don't have to hire people later on. And then I also do marketing through there. So I help you with your marketing on Facebook and things like that. Then I have a separate business, which most people remember the name because it's called Stupid Easy, which you've seen at the end of this show. StupidEasy.com is an online course platform. Think Teachable, Udemy. It's more Udemy because it's a marketplace for you to have your courses there, but it's easy to use. You don't have to be tech savvy, right? Like that's why I built it. So why am I telling you this? Because it ties into what Erica just mentioned here about the attention span. I did my research with building the site and going through there, and the average attention span is actually 8.4 seconds, you guys. 8.4 seconds. Why do you think we're like this all day long on our... I have my phone, by the way. That is crazy, right? 8.4 seconds. So you have to understand that when you're creating all of this content, and Ice Bath, so Erica says Ice Bath, yeah. Oh, I agree, unless I'm watching Ed and then 60 minutes. Yes, Chrissy, thank you. Yeah, which is awesome, right? Like you guys show up every day whether it's live or the replay, and it's amazing. Even you replay viewers, I know, I see you. You guys still show up, and you're still hanging out. You're listening to me for an hour. Like, it's crazy. It's awesome. It motivates me, and it empowers me to keep going. But think about that, 8.4 seconds. It's crazy. And so yes, when you're working on your pitch, it has to be short, sweet, to the point. It has to get people's attention. I actually had somebody today, hey Vicky, welcome. I had somebody today, a friend of mine, who messaged me about Stupid Easy, in fact, stupideasy.com for those just tuning in. And she was asking about how if it would be a great platform for her to implement her new courses and things like that. So we talked, and she had specifically asked, based off of other content she's seen out there, some course videos can be, and when I say course videos, I mean like a lesson. So there's the course, and then there's each lesson, right? Well, you tell me in the comments. Let me back up for a second before I tell you all the goods. Let me pumping the brakes. You tell me. Have you taken a course before, an online course? Yes or no? If yes, how long on average is each lesson video? Tell me in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. Hey, Mickey, welcome. I love it. And we're going to talk about Mickey's profile, and we're going to talk about Erica's profile here in a little bit. So don't let me forget. So have you taken an online course? Yes or no? If yes, what's the average time that the videos were for you for each lesson? Chrissy says yes, perfect. Because the reason I'm asking this is because it's important, and it ties into what the research I've done. It ties into what we just talked about. The average attention span is 8.4 seconds, and it ties into where we're going for the future, learning wise. Now, it's a little different compared to Facebook Live, right? Because Facebook Live, Vicky says yes, less than 5 minutes. Yes, I love it, Vicky. Yep, took an outline course. Yep, average 4 to 5. Look at that, nice, Mickey. Yes, average for her course was 4 to 5 minutes that she took for the videos. Yes, the ones that are less than 10 minutes, even less, are the ones I like the best. Oh, Erica, you guys are making me so happy. I just want to so that would be funny if Facebook got that as my screen, right? It was during my nursing career, and about 10 minutes each for that. Chrissy, perfect. So do you guys see what's going on here in the comments? Even if you're watching the replay, I want you to make sure, if you're watching the replay, you need to comment. If you've taken a course, talk about the average time that you have seen in those videos. This is what I'm talking about right here. Even just the few of you that are here live, jumping in on the conversation, you can see the connection. Less is more. Hence why when I built stupideasy.com for everyone to build their courses on, I have some on there which are free, some are paid, but basically I'm an affiliate for my own company, right? Because I built the platform for all of us to take part in, because I knew that the tech was a struggle. I also knew that learning time-wise is a struggle. Because here's the thing, you guys. When you create a course, and this all ties back into what we're going to talk about, Facebook marketing tactics. When you create a course, you start going down the rabbit hole. Well, I have lesson 1, and it's a half-hour video. I have lesson 2, it's an hour long. I want to give bonus number 1 here, bonus number 2 here, bonus number 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're going to get all this stuff. And you're like, well, that's awesome, but who the hell has time for all that? Because I don't. I'm trying to build a business, right? How many of you are out there trying to build a business? You don't have time to sit there and not only watch the 30-plus minute videos on average in a course, and then take your notes, and then go through and try to implement while still being a mom, while still being a dad, while still going to school, while still working your 9 to 5, while trying to get your business up off the ground. No. That's the reason why so many online courses fail. And I say fail because what happens is most people will buy the course, but they never finish the course. Most will buy and then just not take it. and then others will buy and start to take it, but never finish it, right? How many, it's okay if you want to say it in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you have done that before? So you have to think about that, and you have to think about how can we change that. We just have to have hours to sit in front of a laptop. Exactly, right, Vicki? My kids would start. Yeah, so, that's what you guys you're picking it up. Picking what I'm laying down. I love it. You guys are awesome. And that's what I want you guys to understand is that you have to think about your audience. You have to think about your user. You are your user, right? You created a product or a service or whatever to help somebody who was facing the same issue you did. You're now the expert in it, which means you want to give them everything because you want to make it valuable. You want to make sure that they get what they're paying for, right? But here's the thing. If you can give them what they need in less time, it doesn't matter how much they're paying. How many of us, even if you're watching the replay viewers, or even if you're a replay viewer, how many of us would gladly pay more money to get something done in less time? All of us should be raising our hand right now. Even if you're a shy person, you're probably still raising your hand. Because that, absolutely, we are our clients. Yes, Chrissy. Because we all want to get there quicker, right? So that's why people pay a ton of money for a business coach, a marketing expert, a tech person, like whatever it is, you're paying for that convenience, right? That's why we also, here, a simple one. We pay the fees to accept credit card payments, right? For our invoices, for the most part, because we rather get paid today, right now, by the click of a button and pay a small fee than wait and hope that we get our payment in the mail, right? So that's what you have to understand for that. Oh, I'm going to look at this. Mickey put up a quote. If you can give them what they need in less time, it doesn't matter what they're paying. Yes! Hashtag EdTalkTV. Boom. I love it, Mickey. I'm going to definitely share that one out after the broadcast. So keep that in mind, is that it's not about how much you can give them. It's about the quality and how much time can you save them. So when you're creating your courses, when you're creating your marketing stuff, you're going to have the brain dump and you're going to want to put everything on the table. Then you got to keep going through and fine-tuning, chucking things left and right. Create those bonuses as a separate course, right? Because no one's going to look at it and they're not going to appreciate it. So you wasted your time, your money, and your energy building all that extra content that you could have put to the side as a separate product. So keep that in mind. And so that's why I created StupidEasy.com, was to have it short, sweet, to the point. Each lesson is 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. There's a magic behind that number. Just like there's a magic behind the power of 3, right? We want to get those quick wins. We want to learn it, we want to implement it, and we want to keep it moving. That's the big thing behind those that time frame. 5 minutes or less. Now that doesn't mean that you can only have 1, 2, or 5 lessons. You can have 30 lessons if you want. I don't care. Like, you can have unlimited courses with unlimited lessons. Well, I mean, you'd have end of lessons because you'd be done, right? But you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have however many lessons that you need to get it done. But the point is that each lesson is short, bite-sized learning, 5 minutes or less. So that way you can get to the next level. And then people are always saying like, well, I can't possibly say this in 5 minutes. I mean, look, Ed, you talk for an hour. Yeah, but look at all the conversation that we have between here and there, right? You can go and edit down to 5 minutes. Trust me, I have edited down an hour's worth of content into 5 minutes. It was tough. It took me a little while, but I was motivated to get it at 5 minutes. And I did have to make it 5 minutes exact because I just couldn't pack it that far down. But Think about that. Like, that's crazy, right? But it makes sense. So you can still film an hour's worth of content for a course. Just know going into it, just like you would with a Facebook Live, that you're going to repurpose it, that you're going to have those edits. So then you plan your content. I'm going to talk about XYZ for the first part. I'm going to talk about XYZ for the next part. In between, I'm going to have breaks where I smile and catch my breath, right? You just go through those things. So it's all about that. Vicky, yeah, right? Okay, so there we go. There's your homework, right? Anybody who's creating a course, you have a challenge to get your lessons 5 minutes or less. I don't care if you use stupideasy.com as your choice for promoting. It doesn't matter. It's there if you need it. There's free courses on there that will help you, and the blog has some great content on how to help with courses, but you can put it wherever you want. I don't care. I want you to work on short, sweet, to the point lessons because that's what counts. That's where you're going to see your business grow. That's where you're going to see your people, your followers, your customers. They're all going to really get those quick wins, and they're going to actually finish the course, right? So just keep that in mind. This is an interactive conversation, not a lesson. Exactly, Mickey. Perfectly said. Yes. The final takeaways from these without conversation could be 5 minutes for sure. Yeah, exactly, Mickey. See, you guys get it. You see where that comes in. Now, again, going back to research, because we talked about it yesterday, right? You have to do market research. There's a magic behind the 5-minute rule. On average, a lesson video should be between 2 to 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you start to see numbers go down. The sweet spot is 2 minutes, like we used to see here on Facebook with regular videos, not live, but regular videos. But when it comes to lessons and learning, there is something to be said about that 5-minute rule. The more you go up, the more the attention span goes down, or the users go down in that. For walkthroughs, yeah, Whitney, you can apply it for walkthroughs. Think about you and how you have to implement. Because remember, we watch here. We'll use this as an example. We will watch this episode for a whole hour. Let's say you're totally not doing anything else for an hour, which most of you aren't. You're hanging out here. So you go through and you do this whole thing. Even if we have a jam-packed, like heart-pounding, so much content in here, you're going to walk away, chances are you're going to walk away with one thing. And then you're going to go implement. And then you're going to come back and watch for the other things, right? So anytime you're doing something, just put yourself in those shoes and think, okay, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to sit through a half-hour walkthrough, demo, a lesson? Can I sit in a classroom for 30 minutes, 45 minutes? No. Here's another real-life example, by the way. And Stephanie, a walkthrough, and Whitney, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing a walkthrough is more of a demo of, this is how you hold your phone when you want to go live on Facebook to repurpose your content. If you don't care, you hold it this way. Is that the walkthrough that you're thinking of there? Just let me know. But anyway, here's a perfect example, and then we'll jump into the marketing tactics here, that I talked with a friend of mine who's actually going to be on the show soon, which I'm excited. We're going to talk about health and things like that. But what was great is that we were talking about her spin class and how it's an hour long, and she's noticed lately that people are dropping out about 30 to 45 minutes. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't sit in a spin class. I don't go to spin very often, but if I do, I can't sit in a spin class on those hard seats and pedal for an hour. Replay viewers, let me know. Live viewers, let me know. If you take and spin, are you able to handle the whole hour every time, or is 45 minutes about the right time, right? 30 to 45 minutes. We're starting to see those numbers come back down. What was an hour long before, now it's more like 45 minutes. And that's a real life, that's totally different than what we're talking about, but I'm just trying to relate things, right? Yeah, Chrissy says no, too long. And my account commenting keeps switching back. Oh yeah, Erica, that will happen. Facebook's still messing with us, I know. So just think about yourself and put yourself in that situation and ask yourself, how long do I have to sit through this before I get bored, before I'm on to the next thing? But I feel guilty for, yep, exactly, right, Mickey? Because they're always looking at you. They're like, where's she going? Where's he going? Why are they leaving early? I want to leave. But you can't because you're like, I'm on a bike and everyone's here and I don't want to be the one to leave because then I feel like the instructor's probably going to get mad because they think I don't like him and did it. I know. Plus, I can't go to spin because I can't be on my phone as well as doing exercise, which I like to do when I go to the gym. So there's that. But anyway, so just think about that and keep that in mind. Now, how this all relates to your Facebook marketing tactics, right? Well, one, you have to do your research. You have to know who your people are. We talked about this yesterday with Arlene. We're looking at market research and how you have to dive in deeper. We know what the average attention span is, thanks to Erica bringing that up in the conversation here, which is awesome. We know why there is something to be said about 5 minutes, about keeping things short and sweet. So when it comes to your Facebook marketing tactics, and we're going to talk about a couple of people here as well, using you guys as an example, because you're doing it. You're implementing what we've talked about in previous episodes. By the way, for those who are first-timers, anytime you want to see previous episodes, you go to edtalktv.com and you can click on the blog there and it will have it. So when you're on Facebook and you're marketing your business, there's a few different things that you want to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and point out Erica and Mickey. Let me put both on the screen here. So there's Erica. And then let me get Mickey. Oh, I have to do both at the same time. Okay, so now, anybody watching, even if you're watching the replay, you can still comment. Tell me what stands out. Don't worry about the comment itself, but tell me what stands out right here for the title and for the title here. And they kind of already have, well, at least Erica, I think, mentioned it early on. But what do you notice about these two profiles? What stands out to you? You've probably seen their image before, but what's different about them is the actual title here. The title here. They're using their business page to engage here on the live. Now, let me ask Mickey and Erica, if you're still watching, are you tuned in and using a desktop computer? It could be a laptop or a desktop, or are you on your mobile device? Let me ask that, because that can change things too, or at least it has for me. And then I'll go into what that is. Yes, Whitney, yep, they have what they specialize in, exactly, because it's their business page, right? So that's the key thing, is that they're using their business page to, yep, perfect, Chrissy. They're really pretty. Yes, Mickey and Erica, yes, they're very pretty. Yes, exactly. iPhone is, oh, perfect. Okay, cool, Mickey, that's great for inspiring me. There you go. Look at, see, teamwork equals success, you guys. Love it. So here's the thing. You're using, and Mickey, let us know if you have troubles with this on mobile, because I think Erica's probably tuning in via her iPad as well, and it keeps switching. Mostly, yeah, okay, perfect. So it keeps switching back to her personal profile. Now, I've always done it just on the desktop because it's easier to stay with your personal. It's easier on the desktop to stay as your page when you're commenting. So here's the thing, you guys. This is a big, big one. If you don't learn anything else, which I know you have because we've covered a lot. If you learn nothing else, though, here's the takeaway. If you have a business page, you need to start using it to engage on Facebook, just like Mickey and just like Erica are doing. How do you do that? Let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to switch over here. Give me 1 second to pop that up on the screen. So we're going to look at, perfect, I can see it on mine. Let's go to my screen. Oh, I have to get it back here. Okay, so let me get this here. You guys should see my screen there. Perfect. All right, so what you're seeing here is my personal profile, and I'm going to talk about this here in a second. Yes, okay, perfect. Yeah, Mickey, that's what I was hoping that you'd say. Perfect. Yes, it's easier to interact from your computer and iPad even versus the iPhone. It can flicker a little bit. Yeah. So what you're seeing here is my personal profile, not a business page, personal profile. Hey, look at that. I just saw. So Chrissy has changed over to her business page. Well done. Now notice the difference is, unless I know, because I know in this case it's Chrissy, but since I don't, if you're just new and you're like, oh, who is this cuddle bed company? That's where Chrissy would want to make sure she adds her name in the comment. So you can easily just do -Chrissy. So people know who you are if you're trying to personalize it a little bit more, right? So that's how you can personalize it. So great example. And there's the other business. Oh, I love it. Same thing. If your business page doesn't have your personal name attached to it, definitely be sure to, especially if you're around new people, be sure to put -your name. If you're part of a larger organization like a company, or have other people managing the page who have comments, who comment elsewhere, make sure that you always have them do -their name, because then that way people know that there's somebody behind the page and personalizes it, right? Perfect, Chrissy. Yeah, she says, okay, it makes sense. Perfect. So what you're seeing right now is my personal profile, not my business page. Personal profile, there I am. Notice that on my computer, I can go over here, and it's already set to my business page, which is awesome. It says liking and commenting as Ed Troxel Creative. That's my business page. If I tap on this or click on this drop down arrow, it will give me, hopefully, we'll see, Facebook might not want to do it, but it will give me the option, see, to switch it to something else. So right now it's only showing my actual business page, but I have another business page that's called Stupid Easy, because that's for the other business, right? So on certain things, I can switch to that and comment and like as that page, just like you saw Chrissy do here with all three of hers, exactly. So whenever possible, like Erica and Mickey and Chrissy just did, jump in to conversations as your page. And yes, it will be easier if you're on a computer versus your mobile device. But that's one huge thing, because we know we're trying to get our page engagement up. We're trying to get things moving and shaking here with our page. And the only way you're going to do that is by engaging as your page. So you have to do that. We're going to talk about this post here in just a second. So really keep that in mind for joining other people's live broadcasts, okay? I want you to make sure that you go through and you start commenting and sharing and liking as your page, because that will help you. Now, let's jump into this other, that's good, yes, awesome, I love it. And I'm going to do this tomorrow. Perfect, Chrissy, excellent. So yeah, you see, you guys, one quick thing, that's all you need. That's all we all need, is one quick thing that we can run with and test. Because we can be overwhelmed all day long. People are throwing things at us all day long, but if we get that one thing that we can implement, then we're good to go. So back here on my personal profile, I want to show you a great well, first off, a great organization. This is a local one, so shout outs to the Volunteer Center of Sonoma County. Woo! So the reason I'm bringing this up today, and let me bring myself back on the screen for a second, because why not, right? So the reason I'm bringing this up is because today I had a great marketing meeting, which we're going to look at here in just a second once it actually flips back over. Hopefully it doesn't take too long for you guys. So today I had a marketing meeting with a new client, the Volunteer Center of Sonoma County, and I'm going to show you that post, and we're gonna kind of take it piece by piece there and break it out for you because this is important for your Facebook marketing tactics. Let me just catch up on the comments here. I share this broadcast from my business page. Yes, there you go. See, Mickey knows what's up. She's sharing the broadcast from her business page too. So we're going to talk about this, you guys. Cross-promoting. You go in as your personal profile. You like and comment. And when I say like, I also mean like love and show some emotions. But comment. Then you flip it and go in as your business page, like Mickey has done. And you share, comment, and show emotion as your business page. So 2 profiles, personal profile, business page, have now done 2 things. Well, more than 2 things, but you get what I'm saying. Like personal profile, you tune in, you like, comment, and share. Then you switch over to your business page. Like, comment, and share. Because that way people get to know who you are, they get to see what your business is, and hopefully learn something from you, right? Because you're providing valuable information. You're not just spamming them. You're providing valuable information. So that's what I want you to start doing. Even if you have only 1 business page or like Chrissy has 3, hello, we got 3 parties there. Like it's a lot of work, don't get me wrong, but you have options to do that. Bernadette, can you use it from the phone? Yes. It's a little more glitchy in the sense that it will kick you back to your personal profile, which is why I always recommend going from the computer because it actually stays. It's weird. Yeah, see, Chrissy, okay, going to share this as my page from my other page. Exactly. The thing is, you guys, you're creating engagement, right? You're creating that conversation and you're not, because remember, Facebook doesn't want you to have your business stuff all up in your personal profile. Yet you have all your friends and people that are wanting to connect with you all up in your personal profile. So you have to show them the light, which is why when I broadcast on my business page, I share it to my personal profile. I share it to a Facebook group. If I have an event created, I share it in that event because it's cross-promoting. You're putting it out in multiple places. So hopefully that part makes sense. And yes, and they, yeah, exactly. They come to rely on you for sharing helpful resources. Exactly, Mickey. Let's get this one off. Let me go here. So that's what you have to understand is like, I want you to start thinking bigger, right? You have your personal profile, you have a business page, you may have more, but it doesn't matter. Those are the 2 that I want you to focus on because whatever you do with this business page, you can just multiply it for whatever business page you have. And so I want you to start engaging, which means commenting, sharing, showing emotion as a personal profile, and then going to a business profile, business page, and doing the exact same thing, engaging. Sharing, commenting, showing emotion. That's going to develop your online presence. Just that alone. It takes time. It takes time, people. It's not going to happen overnight where you're going to have all of these people flocking to you. I mean, you may, depending on what the content is, but remember, it takes time. You're growing an audience organically. Remember, I have not paid, and I love being able to say this right now. It may change in the future, but right now, I have never paid for a Facebook ad. I haven't paid for any advertising. What you see is what you get. This is all me and you working together. That's all it is. It's all about engagement. So that's, look at, I see you, Bernadette. Woo, woo. So that's what I want you to understand. See, and you guys are already implementing. And think about it. Like Mickey said, we've been on here for 45 minutes. That piece was probably 5 minutes or less, right? That small piece about your business page and engaging as your business page, you guys are already implementing it. Check. Boom. Mic drop. You guys can all go home happy, right? So that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do. See, yep, exactly. And you guys are all doing the work. And you're doing it while we're doing it. So it's awesome. Okay, so let's get back to this post, because I want to point out, we're going to look at this post to kind of just go through it here. So again, I'm on my personal profile here, and I posted earlier this post. I shared this post, I should say, earlier. Let me give you a little background. So Volunteer Center of Sonoma County is one of my clients. We're working on marketing and for their upcoming human race event. So part of the plan, the marketing plan, is Facebook strategy. And part of that is exactly what I'm showing you right here. I'm giving you this example so that you can run with it. Tell me, even if you're in the replay, tell me what you notice about this post, besides the fact that it's a post from me. But I want to see if you can see just what's on the screen right here, what's going on with this post. I want to see if you can pull anything from this. Yes, perfect, Bernadette. Mic drop. Yep, exactly. I love it. So even if you're watching the replay, you can still chime in on this conversation. But I want you to understand what's going on just in this section alone. So when it comes to a Facebook post, let's break down the key. While you guys are looking at that, I'm going to break down the type of post before we dive into this post here. I want to talk about the different types of post. So the different types of posts that you can have is you can have live video, and I'm going to say these in order, by the way. I'm going to say these in order, and then I'm going to come back to your comments and put them on the screen. The types of posts that you can have are live video, so going live on Facebook. That is absolutely number one. Number two for types of posts is video. What I mean by that is pre-recorded video. But if you're doing that, you might as well go live, because that's going to put you higher up in the newsfeed. Give Facebook what they want. So again, I'm putting these in the exact order that you should be thinking about them when you go to create a post. Let me go back here for a second. So you have live video is number one. You have video, which is pre-recorded video. That's number two. Number three would be a GIF image, because that's still technically a video. Number four would be a photo. Then number five would just be plain text or slash check-in. I really don't know if there's a huge difference between checking in and just having text. So I kind of would put text checking in above and text only at the very bottom. Now, that being said, the one thing that you could argue with text only is a quote. If it's a quote and you're using one of their fun backgrounds, just do it. That's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. People love quotes. It's probably going to create engagement. Go for it. But on average, you want to go going live, video, GIF image, photo, check-in, and then text only. That's a typical post option for you. Let me look at the comments here. Yes, Mickey put, going back to my post that we're going to look at here, is I tagged my clients and their business pages. Correct. You give the option for people to write a review on their Facebook. Ooh, good job. Yes, Bernadette. Yes. And yes, we love GIFs. So let me go back to this screen here to show you. So I decided to add emotions. So this is activity/emotions that you can put on there. So I added my emotion. I checked in to the location. I tagged the people that I was with. I tagged the business page as well as the business page for the actual event. So I jam-packed this. Of course, this is all appropriate. Make sure that you're not just tagging random people and places and all that stuff. It needs to tie in, but you need to make sure that you are appropriately tagging people and places in a post. And then like Bernadette brought up, that because I tagged their page, they have a reviews option, which means that you visiting my profile can not only see where I was, what I was feeling. Now you're like, oh, Ed's feeling excited. Oh, what is Ed excited about? Oh, he's at the volunteer center. Well, what's going on there? Oh, he's working with somebody I don't know, but they're at the volunteer center. Oh, but they're talking about the human race. Like, this is cool. Like, what? I want to know more. Well, guess what? There's the volunteer center page, which you can hover over and start to like it, donate, or follow. And now they let you type in a message, and you can even save it, or you can just click on it and go to it, right? And in this case, Facebook allows them to have their review tab here. So you can see just how valuable just that one post is with all of those things in there. Like, it covers the basics of what you want to do for your audience. You want to get people excited. You want to share with them what's going on. You want to be able to give them a glimpse of what's happening. Now, of course, I could have taken that post one step further. I could have added a photo. I could have added a video. I could have went live, like all those things. But I wanted to go that route just to show you even just a bare bones for those who aren't into video yet, who, are just testing things out. Like that's what you want to start with, is something simple like that. It catches everything, and it has the potential to go bigger. And then again, with your pages, if you're sharing and tagging your page, people are going to be curious. They're going to want to know, who is this? Why? What is this? Like, what's going on here? And when you hover over on a computer, you can see a profile preview before even clicking anywhere, right? It's all about that user experience. It's all about going through those steps and understanding that there's some things that you can implement, some simple things that you can implement to really grow your marketing through Facebook. And that's all without having to do any ads. I'm not saying that you can't do ads, that you shouldn't do ads. I'm just not there. That's just not me right now. If it is for you, awesome. If it's working, great. Like, you got to do what works for you. But for just the bare bones minimum, this is what I'm showing you. Remember, I'm just breaking everything down for you. That's what it's about. It's just sharing what I know and helping you guys out with that. So when you go to create a post now on your personal profile, on your business page, think about that. Think about how it can be more. It doesn't have to take a lot of time and effort. Like, literally, if a great example is probably mentioned this already, but 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I had a question about, some of you might remember this from my personal page, but I was walking the dogs and I thought, okay, I'm going to post this question, just text only. What do you think on average an actor or an actress gets paid? And then I stopped myself and I said, nah, I'm going to go live. Let me just ask that. It'll be super short, but I'm just going to go live because it helps me with going live and, being on camera. So I did. And I'm walking the dogs and I asked the question, and I went live a little longer than I thought because I actually had people show up instantly because why? Facebook wants us to go live. They're going to push you up in the newsfeed. You're going to get instant feedback. So then, Chrissy remembers, So I went live, I asked the question, I got some instant feedback, and it started a conversation later in the comments because then people were asking, well, it depends. Are they A-listers? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I was thinking about celebrities, but I forgot. There's people that are just starting out, and I didn't even think about that because that wasn't my main thought. My main thought was just broad. So now we're fine-tuning it. But the only reason that came up was because I posted about it. But I didn't just post, I went live and asked. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's those things where you really just think the next level. We talked about that with Arlene recently, about what's your next move, right? If you're just showing up to the broadcast, whether today's your first day or you're showing up to somebody else's broadcast, you show up. That's step one, right? Then the next step is for you to comment, show some emotion, or share, or all of them. But you gradually work your way up each time, right? And maybe if you've done all those, maybe you're going to be a guest next on the show, right? You're going to get past your fear of going live and come hang out with me, just you and me hanging out, talking about whatever you are doing, whatever expert you are. And we're all experts. I say that term loosely because I want us to get comfortable with saying we're an expert in XYZ, because you're one step ahead of somebody else. So you're an expert in it. You know it. That is what it is. Yes, she spoke to her today. Yep, exactly. So keep that in mind, that anytime you go to post something, and it doesn't have to be every time, you don't have to go live every 5 minutes. Like, cool, if that's your thing. I mean, that will help you get better on camera. But understand that, sometimes it can just be text. There's plenty of times, like I'm going to use that quote that Mickey put up earlier with hashtag EdTalkTV. I'm going to go ahead and if Facebook lets me, if it's enough characters to fit for one of their colored backgrounds, I'm just going to post that as a comment and say, boom, peace, done. But there's a time and a place for that because it's a quote, right? But if it's something else, take the next step. If it's a simple question, fine, type it. But maybe add a GIF image to kind of get people excited, ready to go, maybe dancing, whatever. Or go live and find out. Here's another one real quick before I let you go, because we'll do. I think we're going to do coverage on this because this was fun. So yesterday, I was at a friend's house and their can opener, totally not a can opener in my opinion. I was like, how do you use this thing? And I couldn't open up the can of beans. And I was like, okay, I know I'm a tech guy, but I should be able to open up these can of beans. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. And I couldn't. I went through 2 can openers, which are both the same style, which are not the normal ones. And I'm like, this user experience is not that great. And I know I'm not that far gone, right? Like, I can use things that aren't a computer. Like, come on, give me some credit. And yeah, Mickey knows that can opener though. And so, needless to say, I didn't get the can open. So there's that. And we're going to talk about this on another episode. But again, it's one of those things. I went live and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live. I'm just going to show what's happening because I need help. I need help in the kitchen. And it was fun. People had a good time. They joined me in the comments. They showed up. Yes, happy Valentine's Day to all as well. Thank you, Chrissy. That's happening tomorrow, but it's probably there already in UK. So, you just go and you just go live and you just have fun with it and see what happens. And then you meet people and then you dive deeper into the conversation. That's what happens. That's what the show's about, right? Conversations worth having, which is why we're going to have the can opener discussion at some point soon. I have to look at my schedule to see when I can do that, but it is worth discussing. Trust me. Yeah, Chrissy, that was on my personal profile, but we'll recap the basics here. Did you get that from your personal? Yeah, that was on my personal page. Yes, exactly, Erica. So just keep that in mind. I have a busy evening, but so I'm going to try to jump into the comments for a few minutes after the show, but I have also other things that I need to get to right after, so it may be a while before I can get to your comments. If this is your first time joining, I like to jump into the comments right after so we can keep the conversation going. But today, I do have some other things that I have to do before, so I'll try to jump in briefly, but I got to get on the road, and then I'll come back to it. So thank you guys so much. I hope that helps, and you guys are already implementing some things, so I know that it's working. And shout outs to all of you for joining. Even if you're watching the replay, be sure to let us know in the comments and say hi. And I look forward to hanging out with you guys back here, same time, same place tomorrow. Have a great night. This episode is sponsored by Stupid Easy. Easily create, share, and sell your online courses. Discover more at stupideasy.com.